I hope things are going well for you today, sir.
area is off limits. Do not.
America, it's me, your president, John Hank. Gotcha! Three Dog here. How's everyone doing?
You're listening to the adventures of me, Herbert Daring Dashwood, and my stalwart ghoul manservant, Argyle. Today's episode, In the Black Widow's Web. Well, those super mutants are persistent, if nothing else. A word of advice, keep running!
In those hills up there. Isn't that where the hidden village of Rockopolis is located? If only we knew where it was.
Turns out you're in good company, Miss Chase. Argyle and I are old friends of Rockopolis. Know the secret knock and everything.
Boss, that's privileged information. You can't just...
Now, old chum. Miss Chase is hardly going to violate the secret of Rockopolis. Isn't that right, Miss Chase? Besides, necessity calls.
So you do know. Come on, then. Those super mutants can't be far behind.
Just over here, this large boulder. And now, the secret knock. And voila!
Now that's what I call a getaway, Daring. So tell me, do you take all your girlfriends here?
Oh no, Miss Chase. I can assure you this will be our special place.
Listen to yourself, boss. This is Rockopolis, one of the safest places in the wasteland, and you just showed a stranger where it is.
Ignore my manservant's mutterings, Penelope. He has a penchant for the dramatic, you see. Why, one time...
Oh, I don't know, Daring darling. I find the ghoul's instincts to be frighteningly accurate.
Here I thought we were friends, and now you have a gun in my face. Bad form, Miss Chase, bad form.
Jabber all you want. In about 30 seconds, my associates from Paradise Falls will join us.
I knew it. I knew this dame was no good. But it's worse than I thought. She's the Black Widow, the leader of the slavers.
Quite right. We've been trying to capture these Rockopolis rodents for years. Quite right. We've been trying to capture these Rockopolis rodents for years. Never could have done it without you, Daring.
Looks like I've gotten us into one heck of a pickle, Argyle, old chum. One heck of a pickle indeed. Be sure and tune in next time for another exciting adventure of me, Herbert Daring Dashwood, and my stalwart ghoul manservant, Argyle.
Now, some music.
the dustiest, the winds are the gustiest, the gates are the rustiest, the pies are the crustiest, the songs the lustiest, the friends the trustiest, way back home. Back home. The trees are the sappiest, the days are the nappiest, the dogs are the yappiest, the kids are the scrappiest, the jokes the snappiest, the folks the happiest, way back home. Don't know why I left the homestead, I really must confess. I'm a weary exile, singing my song of loneliness. The grass is the springiest, the bees are the stingiest, the birds are the wingiest, the bells are the ringiest, the heart's the singiest, the arms the clingiest, way back home. What about the sun? The sun's the blaziest, and the fields the daisiest, and the cows the craziest, and the help's the laziest, the boys are the wittiest, the girls are the prettiest, way back home. The pigs are the snootiest, the owls are the hootiest, the plants the fruitiest, stars the shootiest, the grin's the funniest, the smile's the sunniest, way back home. Don't know why I left the homestead, I really must confess. I'm a weary exile, singing my song of loneliness. The food is the spreadiest, the wine is the headiest, the pals are the steadiest, the gals are the steadiest, the love the liveliest, the life the loveliest, way back, way back, way back home.
That was Bob Crosby with Way Back Home.
Wake up, Wasteland! It's me, Three Dog, bringing you all the music and news your little hearts can handle.
News time, children.
Today's weather excessively violent with a chance of dismemberment.
Tune in later for our 5-day forecast.
Thanks for listening, children. This is Three Dog, ow! And you're listening to Galaxy News Radio.
Hello there, fellow employee. I don't believe we've met. I'm your factory foreman, Milo. It's a pleasure to meet you. Please give me your job posting title and employee registration number for my permanent records. Your voice stress patterns indicate you are telling a falsehood. This is in violation of Protocol NC-01. One demerit will now be issued. Note that further demerits can cause your expulsion from this job posting. As previously stated, please identify yourself. I have no record of that posting, nor does that employee identification number follow the proper format. One demerit will now be issued. Note that further demerits can cause your expulsion from this job posting. I'd be careful if I were you. As previously stated, please identify yourself. Ooh. Use of profanity in attempting to falsify an employee identification number is a violation of Protocols NC-68 and NC-90 respectively. I'm sorry, you have now exceeded 2 demerits. Now instituting Expulsion Protocol KL-001.
That's it then.
Wakes up in the morning 5:30. Top from sunrise to sunset. I don't see how he stays alive. Meat's gonna be the death of old Pete yet. face. That's what your Peters and Frames and Smash tried to chop down to win in the race. Just acts on anything he can get. Say, turn this record over. You ain't heard nothing yet.
You miscarriage. Unable to contribute.
Times have changed, and we've often rewound the clock since the Puritans got the shock when they landed on Plymouth Rock. If today any shock they should try to stem, instead of landing on Plymouth Rock would land on them. In olden days, a glimpse of stocking wasn't the thought of something shocking, but now God knows anything goes. Good authors too, who once knew better words, now only use four-letter words, writing prose. Anything goes. If driving fast cars you like, if low bars you like, if old hymns you like, if bare limbs you like, if Mae West you like, or me undressed you like, why nobody will oppose. When every night the sets and smart is intruding at music parties in studios, anything goes. When Mrs. Ned McLean, God bless her, can get Russian red siesta, then I suppose anything goes. When Rockefeller still can order enough money to let Max Gordon produce his show, anything goes. The world has gone mad today, and good's bad today, and black's white today, and day's night today, and that gent today you gave a cent today once had several chateaux. When had ride in jitneys, our band of Wilson Whitney's lack baby clothes, anything goes. When Sam Goldwyn can, with great conviction, instruct Anna stand in diction, then Anna shows anything goes. When you hear that Lady Mendel standing up, now does a handspring landing up on her toes, anything goes. Just think of those shocks you got, and those knocks you got, and those blues you got from those news you got, and those pains you got, if any pains you got from those little radios. So Mrs. R, with all her trimmings, can broadcast the bed from Simmons, 'cause Franklin knows anything goes.
Hold it right there. What are you doing here? Mercier didn't make it? Damn. How do they expect us to play when we don't even have enough people on our team? Well, as long as you brought the formula, I guess we're still in the game. This is the mask of my ice gang. Sudden death overtime. I'm the team captain, Goalie Ledoux. There was a time where every city had their own ice gangs, and thousands would show up to watch them all duke it out in giant arenas. We aim to bring those days back. Now look, you gonna sell us that formula, or do we have to face off? I'm putting 250 caps up on the scoreboard. What do you say? Nicely played. And I know talent when I see it. Here you go. Okay, team. Let's get out of here.
people of the capital wasteland, it is I, Three Dog, your ruler. Hear me and obey. Oh, sorry. That's that other radio station.
You're listening to the adventures of me, Herbert Daring Dashwood, and my stalwart ghoul manservant, Argyle. Today's episode, Between Rockopolis and a Hard Place.
Just ease away, zombie. No funny business.
Funny business? Miss Chase, you hurt my feelings. I mean, there ain't nothing funny about the Eagle Claw!
Ah!
What do you need?
God, Argyle. You ripped out her heart.
I always knew this broad was heartless. Get it, boss? Heartless.
Your kung fu skills may be unparalleled, old chum, but your comic delivery leaves something to be desired.
What is the meaning of this?
Oh, magnificent King Crag, fearless leader of Rockopolis, it's me, Daring! Daring Dashwood?
Herbert Dashwood? I should have known. But who is this? This dead woman? And is that her heart? She's the least of your worries, Craggy. In a few seconds, the slavers are gonna be breaking down your rocky front door. Slavers? You led the slavers here? To Rockopolis? You idiots! Do you realize what you've done?
Inspired you to tighten your defenses?
Dashwood! Warm welcome's over, boss. Time to scram. Citizens of Rockopolis, destroy these interlopers.
This way, Argyle, into the caves. It's our only chance.
Megaton.
Here to shop?
They're gaining on us, boss. That cliff up ahead. You think you can jump it?
Please, enjoy my selection of high-quality problem solvers.
Much longer. I think this could be the end of... Be sure and tune in next time for another exciting adventure of me, Herbert Daring Dashwood, and my stalwart ghoul manservant, Argyle.
Now, some music. Up next is Roy Brown.
Give me a shout if you need anything else. Until we meet again, keep yourself alive out there.
Friendly as defense.
Well, I'm a mighty man. I'm young and I'm in my prime. Yes, I'm a mighty man. I'm young and I'm in my prime. Well, I don't pick my jobs. I'm ready for any old...
Greetings again, sweet America. This is President John Kennedy. I'd like to chat if you've got a moment.
Mighty man. I'm young and I'm in my prime. Yeah!
This is President Eden, and you're listening to Enclave Radio. Now, one of my inspirational quotes from the mouth of your president, John Henry Eden. Straight to your heart. Avoid popularity if you would have peace. I'm President John Henry Eden, and you're listening to Enclave Radio, the voice of warmth and reason in this cold, unreasonable world. Enclave Radio. I'm John Henry Eden, President of the Enclave, President of America, President of your heart. This is Enclave Radio with your host, me, President John Henry Eden. Hello again, America. This is John Henry Eden, your president. There are some things we should talk about, if that's all right. Did you know there are those amongst us who would shatter our hopes for peace, order, and security? These radical malcontents don't care about you. They don't care about America. All they care about is fulfilling their own selfish desires. Let's take a tally of these agitators, shall we? There are, of course, the raiders, those anarchistic ruffians who roam the wastes, preying on any and all, stealing, murdering. The so-called Brotherhood of Steel. Don't be fooled by their pseudo-knightly nonsense or supposed connections to the United States Army. These power-armored Boy Scouts are nothing more than common criminals with access to some antiquated technology. Criminals who have had the audacity to claim this country's most important military installation, the Pentagon, as their own personal clubhouse. And don't be fooled, America. Those who have left the Brotherhood of Steel, branded outcasts, are just as dangerous, even more so, being
I hope things are going well for you today,
And
sir.
what about the slavers of Paradise Falls? The frighteningly irradiated ghouls of Underworld? And last but not least, the hideously mutated super mutants that have completely overrun the entire downtown DC area. Lawlessness, terror, murder. They're all around us. I know. But not for long.
Bringing me some quantum, I hope.
Not for long. Oh, no.
Well, this should be enough to fill that stupid machine of hers. Thanks for all your help, but our transaction is done. I'll take any extras off your hands for now, but then I'm done with these disgusting drinks. They taste horrible. Now to put the moves on my lady. Come and watch an expert at work.
We must part. Restoring the greatest country in the world to its former glory, well, that takes time. Even for the Onkling. Till next time, this is your president,
Hey there,
John
sweet
Henry
cheeks. I
Eaton,
got
signing
something.
off.
And for you.
Oh my goodness. You absolute dear. You found the quantum to fill my machine.
Yeah, I'll fill your machine, all right.
What was that?
Nothing. So you want to celebrate?
Well, maybe later. I have lots of things to do now. Need to get all this quantum icy cold.
That's okay, baby. We have plenty of time. You know where to find me when you want some of this.
Some of what?
That's okay, Sierra. Play hard to get. I love it.
Yup. They sure were hard to get. And you got 'em, you big old teddy bear. Anyway, gotta get these into the machine. See you, sweetie.
Yep, I'll be seeing you soon, I hope.
Yay! You're back! Well, the stuff is so rare, I only know one. It's called Mississippi Quantum Pie. It's delicious. If you want me to make you one, I can. Just bring me some flour, vodka, and a Nuka-Cola Quantum. I can whip it up in no time. Oh no, not at all. In fact, I've been getting lots of nice attention from him lately. Ever since he brought the quantum to fill my machine, he keeps whispering sweet nothings to me. In fact, he told me he's going to butter my muffin. Isn't that sweet? That he'll do such a silly little chore for me. Now all I need are muffins. Oh, Ronald is such a sweetheart. Do you know he went out like you did and found me 30 bottles of quantum? He loves me. He really loves me. Now I bet he'll ask me to get married. Oh, for my wedding present, I'm giving him the super secret prize, too. Okay, well, don't forget I'll buy bottles of quantum from you. Oh, good. You came back to visit. I don't know a whole lot about weapons, but I do know that it's more powerful than the Molotov cocktail. It explodes in a huge blue flame, too. How cool is that? Well, to the east there are some nasty raiders in Evergreen Mills. I'd stay away from there if I were you. Luckily, we're kind of hidden here under the old highway, so no one bothers us. Aw, sorry you gotta go. Oh, good. Oh, a sleepover? Awesome! We could tell bedtime stories and do each other's hair and all sorts of fun stuff. I could even make some Nuka-Cola treats for when we get the munchies late at night. That would be fun. Bye-bye now. I really hope you're not thinking of breaking into there.
Got something on your mind? What? My friend, you are at the ass end of the capital wasteland. If it weren't for Sierra, I'd be out of here. One thing I can tell you is stay the hell away from the Dunwich building to the south. That place is bad mojo. I don't know what that place is about, but I hear about weird shit going on. Suit yourself.
Welcome home, sir.
The Mirelurks have been quiet lately. Yes, sir? Yeah. See you.
Are you looking at me?
I'm looking for troublemakers. Have you seen any?
What else do you want from me?
Don't touch them. I'm Janice Kaplinsky, Chief Botanist. What do you need? I did see a man talking to Dr. Lee, but I really shouldn't be discussing it. She's already in a bad mood. I'd hate to make it worse. You should probably just talk to her about it. So long.
Look, this is a restricted area. I'm tired of telling you people. It's you. My heavens, you look so much like him. You're James's son, aren't you? What are you doing here? You were too young to remember, and I suppose James never spoke of me. Typical. I'm Dr. Madison Lee. I worked with your parents many years ago. Now I run the science lab here in Rivet City. It was all I had left. When your mother died, your father decided to leave with you. He abandoned our work. We had no choice but to do the same. What? Well, I'm not sure what there is to tell. Your father and I, we worked together for a long time. I think we were really on to something. But then there were complications. The project was abandoned and your father disappeared. I returned here to Rivet City and established the lab you see before you now. You mean you haven't? I assumed he sent you here. For that matter, aren't you supposed to be in a vault? James said he left you there. I see. So you decided to leave one of the safest places in the wasteland, even though it was in your best interest to stay. Sounds familiar. Well, I'm afraid your father is no longer here. Well, I don't know where he is. The last I knew, he was going back to the old lab. Now, will you kindly leave? I have work to do. I'm going to tell you the same thing I told your father. Don't go. Whatever's left there, it isn't worth it anymore. The project was abandoned. We gave up. There's no reason to go back. It's in the old Jefferson Memorial Building, northwest of here, along the river. It's not a safe place, and I wouldn't recommend going alone. As I said, I told your father not to go. Rivet City is one of the few bastions of civilization left in the land. We're working to rebuild our society, to make the world livable again. Look, I don't want to be harsh, but I have problems of my own. I don't have the resources to support James's foolish endeavors, or your chasing after him. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I am not in a position to help you. You understand, I have enough to worry about already. The last I knew, he was headed back to the lab at Project Purity in the old Jefferson Memorial Building. I still say it's dangerous, and he shouldn't have risked it. That's all I know. I suppose so. I worked with them for several years until your mother died, and your father decided it was time to leave. What else do you want to know? Yes, your mother was... well, she was a good woman. A very dedicated scientist. Your father loved her very much. It was a shame that she died. She had been excited to meet you. Complications from childbirth. None of us were expecting it. We weren't as prepared as we could have been. You have to understand, we were struggling with scavenged, derelict equipment. We did everything we could. Yes, well, I'm sorry it wasn't enough. James? He was very driven, determined to change the world. Well, we all were back then, I suppose. He was focused on two things, really. Making Project Purity work, and your mother. When she died, I think he gave up. I know he wanted to keep you safe, but I think part of what he did was run away. But it seems that he never really was able to get over the idea. I'm frankly shocked that he waited all this time and wants to try again. Okay. This is the Rivet City Science Lab. It's taken many long years to put together, but we've done well for ourselves. Our work on portable fusion power and hydroponics are coming along quite nicely, if not quite according to schedule. What do you want to know? Yes, I did. I'm sorry that you never had time with her. She was a good woman. We didn't always agree, but I respected her work as a scientist. Your father, he loved her very much. Project Purity, we called it. What do you want to know? It was simple, really. Fresh, clean water for everyone. Such a simple idea, and yet so impossible to realize. The plan was to build a facility that could purify all the water in the tidal basin at once. No radiation, no muck, just clear water. It just turned out to be more difficult than we anticipated. We had the basic principles down, we understood most of the science behind it, but the radiation in the area is so pervasive. Small-scale tests were fine, but anytime we tried to test the process on a larger scale, it was just too much. Maybe if we'd had more time, or better equipment. You happened. It wasn't just you. We had more problems than we could handle already, but your birth is what finally pushed it over the edge. Your father decided that you were more important than everything we'd been working for, and he left. He left all of us. Once he was gone, the Brotherhood decided we weren't worth their time anymore. Without their protection, we had to abandon the Purifier. Project Purity was everything to us. It was the first thing we thought about when we woke up, the last thing we talked about before sleep. Some of us changed over the years, but apparently James hasn't. Good luck finding your father.
Are you still here?
Even in Vault 101, my work on Project Purity never really stopped. Soon after we arrived, my nightly routine included sneaking into the restricted areas, searching for, I don't know, whatever I could find. It was a Vault-Tec facility, after all. The place was built with some of the most advanced technology this country had ever developed. Those excursions never turned up anything particularly useful. So, one night, after half a bottle of scotch, I broke into the overseer's office. It was easy enough to hack his console, gain access to the restricted files. Most of it was garbage. Propaganda, spy reports, just plain rambling bullshit, really. But there was one thing, one name that stood out amongst all the others. Dr. Stanislaus Braun. I knew of Braun's work, of course. He was a celebrity in his day, Vault-Tec's sorcerous scientist, leaving his peers in awe of his technological wizardry. But it was in Vault 101 that night in the overseer's office I first learned of Braun's involvement in Vault-Tec's social preservation program and his work on something called GECK, the Garden of Eden Creation Kit. To be honest, the GECK sounded like pure fantasy, even for someone of Braun's capabilities. It was nothing short of a miracle. A terraforming module capable of producing life from complete lifelessness. But not only was this thing a reality, it was actually distributed to several vaults to be used after an atomic war. Vault 101 was, sadly, not on that list. I did some digging and discovered Braun's name on the reservation list for a Vault 112. I'm no slouch, but this man, he could have easily succeeded where I failed. Does his collected knowledge remain within the halls of Vault 112? Journals, holotapes, computer records, maybe even experiments. If I could gain access to just a fraction of Braun's genius, Project Purity would become a reality. I'm off to Vault 112 to search for anything of Braun's that might help me get this purifier up and running. All I know is that it's west of some place called Evergreen Mills, and it's well hidden in some sort of garage. But I'll find it. I have to. It's so close, but that's the story of Project Purity, isn't it? An eternity of almost theirs. Let's see if Braun has the missing puzzle piece. So here I am, back where it all began. Project Purity. God, we wanted to change the world. We really thought the waters of life could be a reality. And that's why this is a momentous occasion. Because even after 19 years, I still believe it. Project Purity can and will be operational. This is just the beginning. we are again. Project Purity and me. It's been close to 20 years since my last entry, since I left all of this behind to make a life for my son. We've spent that time in Vault 101, tucked away from the rest of the world. It wasn't perfect, but it was safe. That's all I could have hoped for. Now my son is a grown man. Handsome, intelligent, confident. Just like his old man. And as hard as it was to admit it, he doesn't need his daddy anymore. I am at a loss. My beloved wife is gone. In her place is my son, small and helpless. As much as this place means to me, as much as it meant to Catherine, this is no place for an infant, especially an infant without his mother. It's time to go. The project was in trouble before, both internally and externally. Progress has come to a halt, both because our recalculations have gotten us nowhere, and because the mutant attacks occur several times a day. I regret that it has come to this. I know that if I leave, our work may come to an end. Madison has never been on the best of terms with the Brotherhood. Aside from Scribe Rothschild, he'll tolerate none of them. If she's the one dealing with them, who knows what will happen? It breaks my heart to go. Must put the needs of my child before my own.
You guessed it. None other than the kid from Vault 101. Nice going, scumbag. Until next time, this is 3 Dog. Ow! And you're listening to Galaxy News Radio.
This is day 2 of my attempt to resurrect this project. I've got one of the portable fusion generators up and running, but it's just enough to power the emergency lighting and a couple of other systems. So for now, but I'll need help powering up the mainframe. Time to visit Madison at Rivet City. I spoke with Dr. Lee, Madison, at Rivet City. It went about as well as I expected. That is to say, she thinks I'm completely mad. How can I blame her? She's got her own life, her own team, and is making real, tangible scientific progress. Here I come again, the very paragon of failure and false promises. But the reality is, I need Madison and whatever scientific team she may have assembled. I can't do this myself. I spoke with Dr. Lee, Madison, at Rivet City. It went about as well as I expected. That is to say, she thinks I'm completely mad. I spoke with Dr. Lee, Madison, at Rivet City. It went about as well as I expected. That is to say, she thinks I'm completely mad. How can I blame her? She's got her own life, her own team, and is making real, tangible scientific progress. Here I come again, the very paragon of failure and false promises. But the reality is, I need Madison and whatever scientific team she may have assembled. I can't do this myself. Project Purity is bigger than me. It always was. And without Catherine... God, I can't let this die. Not again. Not like this.